All right, we've got the trifecta pulled out here. Why do you have to make such beautiful bikes? You're killing me.
All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Hey, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Getting fed up, nothing you can tell us.
What's up, guys? Your boy FastLaneD, and today we got my baby, the Brutale, pulled out with the recently installed, as you can see, full titanium exhaust with the Aero silencer on there, with the MV logo on the exhaust. That's really cool. I haven't really seen a lot of other brands do that, besides with the Kropovich, like you see right here on this Fireblade. Guys, at this point, I think we've hit 1 million. As of filming this right now, we are currently at 999,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I think we'll probably hit 1 million tomorrow, which huge shout out to you guys for all the support, man, over the years. It really means a lot. I'm gonna make a whole nother video going into it, man, but just all the sacrifices that I've made over the years, financial risks, so much has gone into just building all this. But anyways, back to the bikes. So one of those might be coming to the channel soon, or what are the odds of that? We got the Busa right next to it. You guys voted for the Fireblade both times, so I was gonna go Busa, but it looks like we're going Fireblade. You honestly can't go wrong either way. They're both just beautiful, beautiful bikes. We're here at Next Ride of Tampa, which is the official MV, Aprilia, and Moto Guzzi here in Clearwater, Florida. And we're gonna do a comparison video between my bike, the Brutale 1000rr, as you can see there. I'm gonna take you guys inside the store because you can see right there, they got a Rush. Oh man. Oh man, my heart's pulling at that. But this video is going to be comparing this with the Brutale. This is an absolutely beautiful machine, and this is the Mamba, correct?
Yes, it is.
And
it is the latest and greatest, top of the line.
Sheesh, and how much is this bike? What's the MSRP on this?
Right at just above 50.
Oh yeah, I'm going to pull it outside so you guys can really appreciate just all the carbon accents and everything, and all the details that this bike has with this Alcantara seat. And I didn't know they had one of these. I had no clue until I walked in the doors. I'm not gonna lie, been thinking about pulling the trigger. You guys comment down below, would you wanna see a Superveloce on the channel? It's such a special bike. You guys saw me ride my boy Burton's. This thing is just, it just gives you a feeling when you're on it that I don't know how to describe. You never see these around at all at meets or events or anything. It's such a special, unique, one-off bike. I don't know, I just feel like it would fit in with the other bikes perfectly. Just look at the color, the paint, the details in the paint. I wish the camera could really pick up all this stuff, all the dry carbon all down through there. You see the forged carbon right through there with the number plate. This is number 49 of 500. So we're gonna pull them out real quick and I'll give you guys a walk around comparison between the three. I'll take the Rush for a ride. I've never ridden a Rush before. I've ridden one of those before, haven't ridden one of these. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this versus my Brutale that you see outside there. And they're all cherry red too, which makes this that much cooler, bro. All right, we've got the trifecta pulled out here. This is absolutely insane looking. Oh my gosh. When I say no one makes crazy looking bikes like MV, I mean, look at these, bro. No one is quite doing it like this. If you pull out any other brand's bikes and line them up like this, it's not gonna look as crazy and as eye candy-ish as this looks right here. That is wild. You guys comment down below which one is your favorite out of these three. If price didn't matter, which one are you taking? And you couldn't sell, so it doesn't matter what the value is. You can't get rid of it afterwards to make money. You can only buy one and keep one. Which one are you going with? The only one that's at an unfair advantage is going to be this Brutale 1000rr right here, because this is not the Ascent version. So the special model of the Brutale is the Ascent, and then they have the Nürburgring. This is just the base, quote unquote, base RR. I'd say this is like the middle ground version. There's the RS, the RR, and then you step up to those special models. I'll throw the prices up on the screen as well so you guys can compare. But you're gonna notice when looking at these two bikes that obviously the headlight and taillight are different. Fun fact about all three of these, they actually share the exact same motors. Of course, this guy is doing his job. There's some lawn work over there, so ignore the noise, I apologize. All right, we're back. We got a mic on, so hopefully it's a little bit easier to hear what's going on. But all three of these share the exact same motor, which is cool, and they actually all have the quad tip exhausts, as you can see there. Quad tip. I think this is the best looking exhaust you can put on this bike. I have the Aero version, so that's the stock version. Here's the Aero version of it, as y'all saw earlier, with the MV and the Aero on the side. And then here is the Akrapovic quad tip, which you can see they're not separated like on the Aero. They're all kind of just 2 and 2, but I still think this looks aggressive. I'm pretty sure this bike and this one share the same tail light. This one's just clear / black, smoked a little bit, and this one is red. But if you were to compare the Brutale tail light with the Rush tail light, which one would you guys go with? I'll turn them on. Also, my favorite thing about the Rush is this headlight does a little dance. So when you turn it on, it's like that. I mean, come on, it's the little thing. I think that's such a cool Easter egg. And then we turn on the Brutale. Unfortunately, we don't get a little dancey dance, but it's all good. Back to the taillights. Which one do you guys like more? I just love the little details in those. Like, this is such a beautiful looking taillight. But I do love how massive this is. I said it always reminds me of like an upside down or like a mustache. Between the Brutale and the Rush, which is our naked bikes, which headlight do you guys like more? Do you like the traditional Brutale headlight, or do you like that beautiful crispy Rush headlight? I kind of like how they keep the circular theme on all three of their bikes. But out of all three, I think the Rush is gonna have my favorite headlight. Tail light or tail section, I don't know. That's really hard. They're all beautiful in their own unique way, man. And of course, they've got the single-sided swing arm. MV is one of the few brands that still has the single-sided swing arm. Kind of going away, which makes these bikes even that much cooler, in my opinion. The crazy part about this is the Superveloce Serie Oro is the most expensive one, but this is the most rare bike. You can see right there, they've only made 300 Rushes, and then they made 500 Serie Oros. Now, the other cool part is that they got all this forged carbon all down through there. This entire bike is made out of carbon besides the frame, but everything else is all carbon. All these fairings you see here are all painted carbon fiber. I'm 99% sure this is not full carbon fiber. One of the reasons why there's such a big price jump when you go from this to this, it kind of looks like almost the same frame as well, that trellis frame that they've got on all three of these bikes. I think they just changed the fairings. So I'm excited to hop on this and see how it rides compared to my Brutale. I mean, you guys see it all here. I like how they added the black accents onto there and onto these pieces, especially that one right there. If you look on my bike, I've got silver there, I've got silver at the bottom, I've got silver right there. They really cleaned their special model versions up. Another thing I really love on the Rush is gonna be this carbon fiber aero disc that you get on there. And just look at all the carbon all down through this bike, man. I could just sit here and there's just so much for your eyes to eat when you look at not only just a Rush, even this Brutale, a regular, quote unquote, regular Brutale. But I wanted to get these side by side because I haven't seen a video of these two bikes next to each other and see what you guys genuinely thought, which one looks better. I'm gonna have to go Rush, to be honest with you. But if I were to choose between all three, Superveloce might be it for me. They're such beautiful bikes. And honestly, I'm a big fan of wet carbon. This just doesn't have that like pop and sex appeal that this has, the wet carbon, when you see it. But I get why manufacturers do it. Yeah, they all come with Brembos, they all come with electronic Olin suspension, etc., and that's kind of it. So I don't want to bore you guys with too much yapping here. I'll hop on my Brutale first, go around the block, come back, and then we'll take the Rush out so that I'm reminded of how my Brutale feels, and then I can feel that immediate difference when I hop onto the Rush. I'm not gonna take the Superveloce out. I've already ridden one of these. I haven't ridden a Rush. And if you wanna know my thoughts on the Brutale versus Superveloce, go check out my first ride on the Superveloce. I kind of touch on it in that video. obviously the Brutale has an exhaust on it that's super obnoxious, super loud, but I love. This Rush is going to sound the exact same with the system on it, so I just wanted to start that so you guys understand how crazy this bike sounds when you rev it. Look how beautiful this is, man. Golly. Also, how do y'all like the new gloves? Shout out to Daisuke Racing. Got these from there. If you want any parts or gear, hit them up. Let's take care of you. Use my discount code to save some money. Enough yapping. Let's take this out. Even in the wheels, I think these have my favorite wheels for sure out of all three. Also, the boys were telling me a second ago that the cool thing with this LED light is when you lean the bike, like these LEDs here come on. So if I'm leaning to this side, these come off. I'm leaning that side, obviously those come on. It's the little details, man, that really make a difference. Yo, the seating position, this thing has raised clip-ons? What? So this is like my RS, not the RR. That I'm shocked. So this is way more comfortable than my bike. Bro, what? That is wild, and my helmet's not strapped. Dude, I can't believe this has the raised clip-ons. I thought their quote-unquote race models would all come with the clip-ons like the RR does. That's interesting. So that's the first thing you'll notice. This is a really comfortable riding position. So if that's what you're looking for, I would take this over the Brutale. Whether it's the Assen, the RR, or if you get the RS, you can have the more comfortable riding position. This is a brand new bike, has 11 miles on it. It's not my bike, so I'm not gonna take it too far. I'm just gonna go up like a stoplight or two to get a good feel for it. These risers make it more comfortable than the Brutale, RR, Assen, Nürburgring, and it also makes it more comfortable than the Superveloce. The Superveloce also has a very aggressive seating position. It feels good, honestly. Ah, man, this looks, in my opinion, better than Brutale, and it's more comfortable than Brutale. But it's also a lot more money than the Brutale RR. There's more options. So if you're looking to get in at that cheaper price point, I mean, the Brutale is probably it. But if it doesn't make a difference to you, like you're that type of person, then it might be worth it to go with a Rush, man. Yeah, biggest thing I noticed, seating position is different. This thing still is in the break-in, so I'm not gonna go rip it down the highway. I just want to take it out and go for a feel, or get a feel of it. Same engine, same frame, all that good stuff. So this bike honestly feels the exact same as my Brutale does. I think this thing is a little bit more of a head turner. We got to keep an MV in the garage though, like 100%. They're such special bikes. I took an Instagram poll and Superveloce is clearly winning because I have more of a sport bike audience. But between the nakeds, which two are you taking?
What do you mean by that?
People were voting for the Brutale. I like these levers too. Yeah, this thing feels great, bro. Like I said, just like my bike, I don't think it's not any faster or any slower. Like it's the exact same. It's just much more comfy, and for that extra, what, $20,000, $15,000 over mine, you see where the money goes, where all the carbon, everything that you touch. That's the nice thing with these Italian bikes, man. Just everything you touch feels premium. And then you get on a Japanese bike, and I'm not knocking Japanese bikes. As you know, I have a Kawasaki, I have a Yamaha. We're about to get a Honda. I can't do three with these gloves on. So like, I love Japanese bikes, but I'm telling you, when you get on these European bikes, whether it's the Beamer, the Ducati, this bike, like you feel you just feel like you're on more of a premium bike. The seat, the handles, the buttons, everything just feels higher quality, which is important. Our real estate folks know that. When you rehab a house, you update the stuff that you touch, like the sinks, doorknobs, like stuff like that. It gives off the vibe that it's more expensive. Let's see here, bro. This thing is just, bro, look at this bike, dog. Oh my god, this red paint, it's different than what I had on both of my Brutales. As you know, my RS had like a brighter red. Mine's more of a ruby red right now, the RR. That taillight is sexy with the quad tip. We got my boy living the life on the MT09. That's the most Florida thing ever. God. And the nice part with these bikes, I mean, MV claims they put 200 down to that back wheel, which is no slouch. Like, this will keep up with most leader bikes, no problem. Especially once you tune it, put that full exhaust on it, etc, etc. I mean, bro, when you look down and just see this Rush with the Mamba symbol on there and everything, like, this thing is just gorgeous, dog. I really like this. Like, really like this. I don't even want to get off this thing, to be honest. Yeah. All right, let's take this back to the dealership. And these are just, I'm telling you, one of a kind, dude. If you get a chance to test ride one, go to a dealership and look at them. I'm telling you, camera doesn't do these bikes justice. They're so gorgeous. No one just builds hyper naked like MV. Bro, if they come back with like another sport bike, like a F4, like a newer one, like that would be insane, dog. MV, if you're watching, please, 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 make a sport bike. I would buy it. The F3 I rode and I absolutely loved. I mean, look at the Brutale, bro. That's such a beautiful bike. And this thing is about to go off to get painted. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, bro, what an absolute machine, bro. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bike. Dang it, MV. Why do you have to make such beautiful bikes? You're killing me. God, this thing is sexy. All right, we got all three beauties lined up again. Between these two, if we're gonna go with comfort, I'm going Rush. If we're gonna go with styling, that's tough, especially once you get throwing Athens into the mix here. You guys saw me ride Burton's. That thing is absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous machine. It's got all the wet carbon like this does on there, and the little painted pieces. So this is painted, as you can see, and that little radiator shield in front, or oil cooler cover, whatever you want to call it there. I don't know the official name. And then you see mine's just like a plain black. When you look at the little details, it kind of makes this bike pop over this. But if we had an ass in here, between the two, that's really hard. You guys comment down below, which one are you going with? I don't think there's a wrong answer, but if you're going for comfort, you definitely are going to want to go with the Rush. Looks, it just depends on what you want, but I'm pretty sure the Rushes are more rare than the Brutales are. But if you want a budget-friendly option, the RR, more specifically the RS, which is the model bike that I had before I got in my accident, that is a great bang for your buck model bike. In my opinion, if you just want to dip your toes into the MV world, that's the bike to go with. This bike is double the cost. This is almost triple the cost of that. But yeah, y'all comment down below, what do you think? I haven't really seen a video comparing these two bikes, so wanted to get out and do that for you guys. But yeah, that's really all I got for y'all. If y'all enjoyed that video, make sure that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the Fast Lane gang, babe. Your boy, the Rush, the Brutale, that's really all I got. Work hard, be consistent, you get anything you want in life. Peace.